Hi, fourth graders. We are starting one of my favorite books of our fourth grade year, and it's called Night of the Twisters. And so today we're going to talk about a few things in that first chapter that's called As Told by Dan Hatch. And our objective is that we will be able to use context clues to determine the meaning of some words and phrases. But before we go any farther here, please be sure you have read the first chapter already. It's titled As Told by Dan Hatch, and it begins on page 3 and goes to page 6. You can read that. There's also on Seesaw available to listen to the chapter as well. So pause this video and read the chapter first if you haven't already, and then pop back in when you've read your chapter. Now that you've read chapter 1 as told by Dan Hatch, we're going to talk about some different phrases that Dan described in the chapter. And he talked about red letter days and black letter days. And so we're going to read through a passage together and decide, what does a red letter day mean? So here's what it says in the text. When I was a little kid, I thought a red letter day was when you got a red letter in the mailbox. Pretty dumb, huh? It finally dawned on me that a red letter day is when something terrific and wonderful happens to you. Usually something unexpected. And that was from the very beginning of the chapter. So when you read this, fourth graders, I want you to think, what does that red letter day mean? If you're thinking that it must be a day that's a really excellent day, and it's just one of those really good days and you have awesome memories, then you're right. And when I look at the text, you know what? One of those context clues is the author can just describe and define the word right here for us. So look here, it says, a red letter day is when something terrific and wonderful happens to you. Okay, so now I know a red letter day is a good day. And it's usually something unexpected. So now I can see right from the text that I know a red letter day means it's an excellent day. So I want you to think about, if you could describe the biggest red letter day in your life, I want you to think, what would that day be? So hang on to that thought, because you'll need it in a little bit. Just like Dan described red letter days, he also talked about black letter days. So turn in your book to page 4, or you can follow along on the screen, and here's what he says about black letter days. Now that I'm older and more experienced, I know there are black letter days as well as red letter ones. Those biggies, the real blockbusters that mess up your life, aren't marked on the calendar either. You never know ahead of time when you're getting one of those. So now, if I know a red letter day means it's an awesome, excellent day, now that I've read here what Dan says, a black letter day must be what the text says is a real blockbuster that messes up your life. So that must be a really terrible day. Something has taken place that day that's terrible. And you know what? We never know when those are going to happen either. So black letter days and red letter days are opposites, right? They're excellent days or really bad days. And so I want you to think today for your assignment for reading about your best red letter day. And you're going to use 3 to 4 complete sentences to tell your teacher about your best red letter day. In the same way, you're going to do that for your black letter day. What is the biggest black letter day that you've had? So you can type it in on Seesaw in each space, or if you'd like to write in your writer's notebook and post a picture of your 3 to 4 complete sentences of your red letter day and black letter day.